What is up, everybody? My name is Logan Strong. Welcome to CTF Strong Talks Football. Today I'm just going to be going over every single piece of NFL news so far this offseason in the last few days because I've missed a good amount, and I'm just going to be going over every single piece I have. I guarantee there's going to be a lot of new news that's going to be popping up, like just the process of making this video. So unless I put them in this video, like, don't be upset if I miss one that came out today. It's just been really hot right now, so I might miss some, so just having you warned. So let's not waste any more time. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos whenever I post. With all that out of the way, let's get started. Alright, the first piece of NFL news we've got, it's not based off of this post, but it's about him, and is that the Buccaneers are re-signing Levante David to a one-year deal. This is a really good move for Tampa because he has been loyal to that team his entire career, and even though he is a veteran, he is still very good and he still has some to offer. And I think just letting him go would be pretty dumb, especially the fact that he's been so good his entire career with the Buccaneers. So I think this is kind of a sign where whenever he is done playing football, it is going to be with the Buccaneers. So this is a good move. Alright, next piece of NFL news I've got is one I really didn't see coming, and is that Geno Smith has been traded to the Las Vegas Raiders for an exchange of a 2025 third-round pick. Any Raiders fans watching this, let me know down in the comments on how you feel about this move. Personally, I've always said he's a good quarterback, but I really don't agree with this one. I mean, I know he's reuniting with Pete Carroll, and that's good, especially for chemistry-wise. But I just don't think for the future of the Raiders this is a good move because as well as Geno Smith has been a good quarterback, he's towards the end of his career. He's not getting any younger. He's in his 30s. And plus, I was thinking the Raiders were going to draft a quarterback, and I feel like it would have been smarter. So I'm not the biggest fan of this move, but it could be good. Who knows? But yeah, any Raiders fans in the comments or watching this video, let me know your thoughts. Alright, the next piece of NFL news I've got is that Bills pass rusher Greg Rossanalu has gotten a 4-year extension worth $80 million. That includes $54 million of it guaranteed. That's a lot of money. Honestly, he kind of deserves it. He is a very underrated pass rusher. He's not one that a lot of people name when it comes to best pass rushers in football, but he has always been a good one. And even though the Bills have been paying a lot of money this offseason, trust me, we'll get to the ones I've mostly been talking about later. Like, he deserves it. Like, he deserves the money. Next piece of news I've got is that tight end for the Bengals, Mike Gesicki, is re-signing with the Bengals on a 3-year, $25.5 million deal. And well-deserved, too. He's been on a couple different teams in the last couple years, and none of them really seem to stick out. But with this team, he was able to find some success. The Bengals were running a lot of tight end plays this season, and he shined out of the 3 tight ends they were using. And I think he's still a really good tight end, so I think this is a good move by Cincinnati, and I think they should use him more. They should use him more as a number 1 tight end. Stop splitting between 3 tight ends and try to use him more. He's very underrated. Alright, next piece of news I've got is one I really didn't see happening at all. Like, I'm shocked the Chiefs even did this, but they re-signed Hollywood Brown to a 1-year deal. I mean, I guess this is kind of a prove-it deal, but what did he do for you guys last year? Like, all he did was get hurt for a majority of the season, and when he came back, he really didn't do much. Like, he didn't do much at all. Like, I know Xavier Worthy is a talented receiver, and hopefully he stays out of trouble, for God's sakes, but like, Hollywood Brown, like, I don't see him doing much in this offense. Especially if they actually do get a receiver like Stephon Diggs or any other receiver in the free agency. Like, I just don't see this being a good move. Like, hopefully they'll prove me wrong, but for now, I don't like it. Next piece of news I've got is Ravens tackle Ronnie Staley signed to a 3-year, $60 million extension with $44 million of it guaranteed. I knew he was going to get paid. Like, I did not see him going anywhere else. Plus, I did not see him going to the Ravens empty-handed. I knew he was going to get a handsome extension because he has been a really good tackle for the Ravens and a huge part of why the Ravens offensive line is so good. Plus, he deserves the money because he's been one of the most underrated, also one of the most consistent offensive linemen in football for a while now, so he deserves the money for sure. Next piece of news I've got is that Zach Ertz is re-signing with the Commanders on a 1-year, $6.25 million deal. This is a move I'm really glad the Commanders did because Zach Ertz last season proved that he could still be a very useful asset to an offense and he was one of the most useful assets to that Commanders offense, and he's still got some in the tank. Like, he's old, like he's getting older now, but he's still got some left in the tank. I'm a big fan of Zach Ertz, and I just hope he continues to be good. Next, we got one I did not see coming at all. I thought he was done with this team, but Myles Garrett was able to find a deal with the Cleveland Browns, and it's a 4-year extension worth $40 million per year, and it includes $123.5 million of it guaranteed. He absolutely deserves this money because he has been one of the main reasons of why the Browns have been remained somewhat relevant other than last year. Like, he's been one of the only pieces that, like, the Browns really have. And plus, this one kind of bums me out just because I really wanted to see Myles Garrett on a new team. Like, I really wanted him to get a ring. Like, I was hoping he was going to go to Buffalo or somewhere else, but, like, it's a good deal for him. Like, I just wish he wasn't on Cleveland anymore. I don't know. That's just a selfish take. Either way, he really deserves the money, and I just hope Cleveland, like, treats him, like, really good, because that is some good money, and just find some help, for God's sake. Like, try to make that team better. Next piece of news we've got is that defensive tackle Jalen Reed has re-signed with the Seahawks on a 3-year deal worth up $25 million with the Seattle Seahawks. Well-deserved deal. He's one of the most underrated defensive tackles in football, and he's on a Seahawks team that desperately needs the help right now. Like, this has been a very stressful, very eventful offseason for the Seahawks so far this season, and they need all the help that they can get. So this is a good signing. Next piece of news I've got is that Chiefs linebacker Nick Bolton is re-signing with the Chiefs on a 3-year, $45 million deal, including $30 million of it fully guaranteed. He's been one of the most underrated linebackers in football, and it was time that he was getting paid like it. And he is being paid by a team that really does need the defensive help, because they have been really good. And he's been one of the main reasons why they have been good. Absolutely deserves the money. This was a really good move. Next piece of news I've got is that Vikings running back Aaron Jones is re-signing with the Vikings on a 2-year, $20 million deal, which has $13 million of it guaranteed. I knew the Vikings weren't going to let him go. I didn't believe that shit for a second. I knew he wasn't going on a different team. Like, he's just the right running back for the Vikings right now. He's still really good. He is on the older end of his career. Like, he's not in his full prime, but he's still got a lot of it in the tank, and he's still really good. So I think this was a really good move by Minnesota, and he's just going to keep finding success over there. Like, he's a really good running back. Next piece of NFL news I've got is that the Bengals are bringing back offensive lineman Cody Ford on a 2-year deal. I mean, he's a decent lineman, but I just think they should have found somebody in the draft, because, like, what they've got with their offensive lineman is just not working right now. Like, this is a decent deal, but I feel like I would have done something better, but whatever. Next piece of news I've got is that Seahawks linebacker Ernest Jones has extended with the Seahawks with a 3-year, $33 million extension. Another underrated linebacker that's getting good money, especially on a team like Seattle, where they're going to need some defensive help this season, and he has been a really good linebacker, so this is a decent move for sure. Next piece of news I've got is that Davante Adams has found a new home. He is signing with the Los Angeles Rams, and he's getting a 2-year deal worth $46 million with $26 million of it guaranteed. Rams fans have got to be excited, because Davante Adams, even though he is going towards the end of his career, he's still got a lot in the tank, and he's still really good. And having a veteran like that is really helpful to that team, especially having Puka Nacua, who's already a star wide receiver. Having a veteran like that around is going to be really helpful to the team, and the offense is just going to get better from here. Now, this does mean another thing is that Cooper Kupp, I do not think he's returning now after this move. I don't think he's going to be back on this team. I think Cooper Kupp is going to be on a different team for sure. But good move by the Rams. Next piece of news I've got is that former Titans linebacker Harold Landry is signing with the Patriots on a 3-year deal for $43.5 million with $26 million of it guaranteed. This is a good move by New England, especially the fact that Harold Landry isn't a huge name when it comes to the linebackers. Like, he's a decent linebacker for sure, but he's not going to be like a key linebacker. I mean, he's going to be good for the Patriots, but he's not going to be a name that a lot of people hear. But this is a sneaky good move for the Patriots, especially for a team that is rebuilding. Like, let's just see where it goes from here. Next piece of news I've got is that linebacker Jamien Sherwood is returning to the Jets for a $45 million deal with $30 million of it fully guaranteed. Man, all the linebackers are getting paid these last couple of days, but Another underrated linebacker that's getting good money for a Jets defense that needs the help. If they can find the right defensive coordinator, like if they have the right defensive coordinator, I should say, this defense will be good again, and he is a key reason why they are good. Like, he's a sneaky good linebacker. This is a good move. All right, next piece of news I've got is that Cowboys safety Marquez Bell is getting a 3-year deal worth up to $12 million with the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, this is an okay move. I mean, Marquez Bell isn't the worst safety in the league. I mean, he's a decent one, but he's not like groundbreaking good or anything. I mean, this is an okay deal. I'm not going to get on the Cowboys too much. Like, let's just see what they do. Next piece of news I've got is that Josh Allen got absolutely paid. He got a 6-year, $330 million contract that includes $250 million of it fully guaranteed. This is a buttload of money, but honestly, he absolutely deserves it. He's been such an elite quarterback for the Bills for a long time now, and he just won MVP with having probably the best season of his career. And so all the haters that say that he's never going to win a Super Bowl and all that, shut the fuck up. Just let him enjoy his contract. But you know what? What's also crazy? Dak Prescott is still getting paid more than this dude. Like, why? He does not need that much money. Josh Allen needs that money. Like, he absolutely deserves this contract, unlike Dak Prescott. Great deal for the Bills and great contract for Josh Allen. This is a day to celebrate. Next piece of news I've got is that DK Metcalf from the Seahawks has been traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange of a 2025 second-round pick. And not only did he get traded to the Steelers, but the Steelers gave him a whopping 5-year, $150 million contract extension on top of that. If they can get George Pickens re-signed and just get his attitude issues straight up, like, this could be a really good receiver duo. And DK Metcalf, man, he is such a great physical receiver. But I will say, that much money, like, that's a lot of money just for being on a new team. But, like, this could be like an A.J. Brown situation when he went to Philly. Like, we never know. But DK Metcalf, for now, I will say, deserves the money. And I hope he does really well in Pittsburgh. Like, he's going to have a brand new start over there. But it makes me wonder, are the Steelers going to re-sign Russell Wilson? Because it would make sense now if they did. Having a reunion with Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf on the Steelers could be interesting. Next piece of news I've got is that Falcons left tackle Jake Matthews has been extended by the Falcons on a 2-year, $45 million contract with $38 million of it fully guaranteed. He absolutely deserves this money. He's a really good left tackle and has been loyal to that Falcons team for a good decade now, I would say. Like, almost a decade. He played on the Super Bowl Falcons team. How crazy is that? But, yeah, he absolutely deserves this money, and I think he could retire as a Falcon after this. Next piece of news I've got is that Panthers corner J.C. Horn just agreed to a 4-year, $100 million extension that includes $70 million of it guaranteed. People might not agree with this take, but I'm not sure if I like this one because as much as J.C. Horn deserves the money when it comes to the talent he brings, like, he's a very talented corner and is a really underrated one, but it's when he is on the field because he's always hurt all the time. That's why I'm saying that I don't think he deserves this money yet. He just can hardly stay on the field. He's injured every single season. Call me a hater if you want. I just think this is an overpay. I don't think he deserves this money yet. Like, he might prove me wrong this offseason, but for now, I just think this is too much money for him. Next piece of NFL news we've got is that Chargers linebacker Khalil Mack has agreed to a 1-year, $18 million contract that keeps him with the Chargers. This is a really good move by the Chargers because bringing in a veteran like Khalil Mack, bringing him back is really good for the team, especially the fact that they've been finding success so far this offseason and last season. And plus, Khalil Mack has still got it, man. He, like, with how his age is, like, he's still got it. Like, he still plays as one of the best defensive players in the NFL. Like, it's honestly really impressive, and I just hope Khalil Mack just continues to be really good. Next piece of news I've got is that former Jets pass rusher Hassan Reddick has been picked up by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a 1-year deal. This move screams boom or bust to me because if they boom and Hassan Reddick can just stay on the field, stop throwing temper tantrums, and just stop acting like an ass, and just play a season and, like, he can go back to his Eagles form, this will be known as one of the most underrated offseason pickups so far this season. But if he continues to be just like how he was on the Jets, this will be absolutely nothing, and he will be a backup as time to come. So this is a boom or bust move, but we'll see what happens. This piece of news we've got is that Chris Godwin is re-signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a 3-year, $66 million contract. This is a really good deal for Chris Godwin. He is a really, really underrated, really good wide receiver. And if they just keep him healthy, he will continue to be really useful to the Buccaneers offense. And word has it that he wanted to play with Tampa because he got a deal by the Patriots he was honestly going to make more money, but he just wanted to reunite with Mike Evans. He wanted to play for the Bucs again, so it seems like Chris Godwin just wanted to stay on the same team, which makes sense. Great deal by Chris Godwin. And there you guys have it. That was the last of the NFL news that I had so far. During this time period, I know there's going to be more coming out. Offseason is just getting started. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below on how you feel about any of these moves in the offseason. Let me know if you're a Raiders fan. Let me know if you're a Seahawks fan, how you're feeling about this offseason so far. It's been pretty hectic, but it has been pretty entertaining. But for now, that's where I'm going to be done for the day. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on notification bells so you don't miss any of my videos whenever I post. I'm Logan Sharon. I'll see you next time.